Welcome back. Let's do the Dragon's Kata American style. The Kata is designed to be tight, quick, a lot of spinning, a lot of kicking. If you can do this form properly, I think you can win some tournaments. It's a lot of fun. You come up and bow and prepare. You come back. Right leg is pointing straight. Left leg's got a little bit of an angle. We're simply going to pull the chuck out, step into a wide forward stance, throw a side strike across our body and ki-ai, and bring it back under the arm. Watch. We bow, prepare, we're back. We're going to pull the chuck out, step forward. From here, we're going to pull the right foot in and lift the chuck up, do a side swing. We're going to step with our left foot, come right back to the front with the inverted figure eight block. From here, we're going to lift up, outward figure eight, kick, front strike, lift arm, switch, outward figure eight, front strike, switch arms, side swing with around the neck, under the arm. We're going to pivot back to the rear with the inverted figure eight block. Let's take it from the top. Bow, prepare. Dragon's Kata American style. We're back. Again, we're in a little back stance here. This foot's at an angle. This one's pointing straight. We're going to cock the chuck, step out into a forward stance, a kind of a narrow forward stance. Watch. Now, as soon as that chuck hits under your arm, you want to pivot, side swing, and back to the front. Then you want to pull it up, outward figure eight, pull it under the arm, front kick, step down, again to a forward stance, front strike, switch arms, left outward, left front, switch arms, side swing, around the neck. When this comes under our arm, as soon as this hits under our arm here, we want to pivot to the rear, right inward figure eight block, lift up, outward figure eight, kick chest, front strike with around the neck. We're back to the front. From here, we're going to lift it up, look left, right outward figure eight, right front strike, lift up, switch arms, right foot comes over, we're going to pivot, left outward figure eight. Then we're going to step through with the front strike. Looks like this. Then we're going to lift it up, and when we switch arms, we'll come back into horse stance facing the rear, right outward figure eight, front strike with around the neck. Again, when you hit under that arm, pivot right back to the front. Keep on the same line. From here, we're going to lift it up, outward figure eight, kick, front strike, lift up, switch arms and pause. Now watch. Remember the technique we learned earlier? This is what we're going to do. And when we get here, we're going to do that technique. We're going to pull it out, ki-ai, go around the neck. We're going to reverse it back. We'll switch arms, around the neck, part two. Switch arms, right foot comes to the left. Right chuck comes up. And we prepare. Okay, let's do that again. Dragon's Kata, American style. We're back. Try to get into it if you can. Now, let's go over it nice and slow one time. Again, stance and prepare. Right leg's back. Pull the chuck out. Nice narrow forward stance. Strike ki-ai. Under the arm. As soon as it hits under the arm, pivot to the rear. Okay, when we pivot to the rear, the right foot kind of slides up. Okay? As soon as this hits under our arm, the right foot comes back. I'm on the tiptoe. We lift this chuck up. We do a side swing. We step with our left. And we just turn it right back to the front. our attacker is coming from the front, so we're here. We lift it up, outward figure eight, bring it under the arm, we kick the head, step down in forward stance, front strike, switch arms, outward figure eight, front strike, switch arms again, side swing with around the neck. As soon as it hits under our arm, watch, we're just going to pivot to the rear. From here, we're going to lift it, outward figure eight, kick the chest area. When we get here, we're going to what? Side strike with around the neck. We learned that earlier. And then when it gets under your arm again, another pivot to the front. Then from here, we're going to look up, look left, outward figure eight, front strike. Lift up, switch arms. Right foot comes over. We're going to pivot with an outward figure eight. We're going to step through, front strike. Lift up, the right foot comes back into a horse stance as we switch. We do an outward figure eight, front strike with around the neck. Again, when it hits here, we're pivoting right back to the front. From here, we lift it, outward figure eight, kick, front strike, switch arms, pause. Big ki there. Around the neck, reverse it back. Switch arms, around the neck, part two. Up, prepare. Now, the kata is designed so that you'll finish a little closer to the front than when you started. And the reason for that is you want to, when you're coming up and you're finishing the kata, you want to, you pause here, you want to get the judge's attention. Try to get some points right at the end of the form. That's it. That's the Dragon's Kata. It's a lot of fun. Pretty easy to do. Now, before we finish tonight, Tom, if you could come out, we're going to talk about NUNCHAKUs for a quick second. These synthetic NUNCHAKUs are now available at the end of the video on one of the screens. I'll show you where you can get these and what they cost and everything. But they are available now. They're good for demos. They do not get caught under your arm like the foam chakus do. They're good to practice the techniques with. They're just a good basic chuck to start with. The fur nunchakus that I use, the wood ones, they're actually, when you're swinging them, they're actually a little bit faster than the other ones. But what you can do here is you can use these. You can use these for tournament competition. Okay, these are the wood fur chuckas. Now, I had these made actually. I had a woodworker. We purchased a Dow fur rod, about 1.5 inches or so. We cut it into an octagon. We cut these 13 inches apart, 13 inches long. I simply drilled the holes and strung it with a nylon cord, 1.5 inches between the two. And that's it. These are my homemade nunchakus. They're light, they're fast, made out of wood, perfect for tournament competition. Finally, the oak nunchakus are solid. These things are heavy, but they have a purpose too. Let's say you want to build up your wrists or your muscle strength in your arms. These are perfect. The problem with them is, after you swing them for 5 or 10 minutes, you're so pumped up that it's hard to continue to swing. But they have their purpose too. You have to be careful with these because you can knock yourself out with these. These weigh a ton, hard to get around your neck, but they'll build up the muscle strength that you need to swing the nunchakus. Now, one last thing. Let's say you're strong with the right hand and weak with your left hand. What you may want to do is like on the on Chakus 3, and you're practicing your double chuck techniques, you may want to use the lightweight chakus, for your left arm. And then maybe use your wood pair for your strong arm. Okay, so they have a purpose too. So if you're weak with your left arm, you may want to use the lighter weight for that. Finally, we get a lot of letters from all over the country And here's one we got recently. This fellow's from Twinsburg, Ohio. He says, Michael, I recently won first place in a Kempo tournament doing the Blitz Kata. I competed against other first-degree brown belts and won easily. Okay, congratulations, Michael. This is a picture of him. He did the Blitz Kata, which is the basic kata on the second video. The Blitz Kata is pretty easy to do, and he's beating first-degree brown belts with it. I would suggest you try to learn these katas, and you'll end up winning plenty of tournaments. Again, we thank you. We'll see you next time.